Made up of 8 major islands, the state of Hawaii is a unique place that draws people for centuries. From its inviting road signs, to its distinct surfing culture, and its beautiful and proud Polynesian cultural identity that is beautifully described as aloha. Hawaii is described as paradise, made up of magic islands, Jurassic mountains, and its legendary white sandy beaches. Whose shores glisten with their beautiful clear turquoise waters. Where locals and brave tourists dive from rocks upon the warm waters of the Pacific. With a population of 1,016,528 people, the island of Oahu serves as the gateway to the state. And its historic capital, Honolulu, with its distinct landmarks, serves as the administrative seat of government for the islands since 1850. The southern coast of Oahu is filled with both modern and historic hotels. And the statue of legendary Olympic gold medalist and the father of modern surfing, Du Kahanamoku, stands watch in famed Waikiki Beach. Restaurants with local Hawaiian music fills the ocean air near the shoreline. And nearly 5.9 million tourists from around the world visited Oahu before the pandemic. That makes up almost 50% of the 10 million tourists who visit the entire state of Hawaii. Luxury malls that rival that of Beverly Hills were built to draw wealthy tourists, including the world's largest open-air shopping center, the Ala Moana. Daily cultural shows with traditional hula dancers provide shoppers a slice of the local culture. An alley lined with surfboards called Surfboard Alley leads beachgoers to the man-made beaches of Waikiki. Where tourists seek to get the perfect picture of the scenic views of the island, while some visitors enjoy the beautiful view of themselves or a friend in this island paradise. But for the millions of tourists that visit this paradise, little do they realize that this paradise was stolen. Hawaii became a unified kingdom in 1810 with the conquest of King Kamehameha and subsequently invited American traders and merchants to profit from the trade routes between China and the United States. These settlers and traders brought diseases that decimated the native population and brought firearms and alcohol that destabilized the kingdom. A wave of Protestant missionaries arrived in Hawaii in 1820. They were forbidden to be involved in Hawaiian politics nor be engaged in business. Their whole mission was to spread the gospel to the native Hawaiians. Although at times intolerant, the Protestant missionaries helped convert the Hawaiian language from its oral to written form, helped translate and print books in Hawaiian, and establish schools for the native people. This helped Hawaii remain independent with a written constitution, and by 1872, the king was elected by the people as a constitutional monarchy. In 1882, the kingdom completed the Iolani Palace as the modern residence of the monarchy. The residence boasts many modern conveniences such as plumbing and electricity. In fact, it had electrical lights before the White House. By the 1830s, Americans began to establish sugarcane plantations throughout the islands. In fact, sugarcane was of vital importance to the United States during the American Civil War because the Hawaiian Islands supplied sugar for the North. Taxes and duties by the United States were not imposed to the sugarcane farmers here in Hawaii, leading to lucrative profits for the plantations here in the kingdom. Descendants of the Protestant missionaries profited greatly from these lucrative sugarcane plantations and would establish corporations that would later be called the Big Five for its powerful political and economic influence over Hawaii. And with the growing demand for cheap labor, thousands of laborers from China, Japan, Korea, the Philippines, Puerto Rico, and Portugal were recruited to work on the plantations and would contribute to the unique diversity of Hawaiian culture. By 1887, the United States negotiated a treaty to establish a naval base in Pearl Harbor. During that same year, Hawaiian sugarcane plantation owners forcefully sought and had a new constitution signed by the Kingdom of Hawaii that gave power to the ruling white elite. On January 29, 1891, Liliuokalani became the first Queen of Hawaii. She sought to rewrite the Hawaiian Constitution to give power back to the native Hawaiians. In 1890, the United States imposed a tariff on sugar upon the Kingdom of Hawaii. This would cut the profits of the Hawaiian plantation owners, and the ruling elite established a Committee of Public Safety to overthrow the Queen and to annex the kingdom to the United States. With help from the U.S. Minister to Hawaii, John Stevens, and the Marines stationed from the USS Boston that was docked in the coast in Honolulu, the Queen, fearing bloodshed, was forced to give up her throne on January 17, 1893. The Queen would later be placed in house arrest in a room in the Ilawani Palace after a revolt to overthrow the Americans failed. When President Grover Cleveland refused to sign the Order of Annexation, after an investigation concluded that the kingdom was taken illegally by the ruling elite, the ruling elite then established their own independent republic, and a new president was placed in office, Sanford Dole, the cousin of James Dole, the founder of Dole Pineapple. In 1898, President McKinley, overseeing American imperialistic expansion, signed the order to annex Hawaii. Advocates of liberty vigorously protested against this resolution. In fact, a Seventh-day Adventist religious liberty advocate named A.T. Jones said, "This nation was established to proclaim to the world liberty and government, and when it ceases to do this by annexing to itself a conquered territory and people, it becomes useless for the purpose for which it was divinely ordained and may no longer count upon a favoring providence." Indeed, this paradise was stolen, and the legacy still continues with these outside corporations and businesses making lucrative profits in vast hotel chains and lucrative malls while the natives continue to suffer. There was another paradise lost. This paradise called Eden was taken from humanity when a serpent deceived humanity to sin that led to pain, despair, and death. But there is hope. God is seeking to restore paradise back to us. Jesus came down from the paradise of heaven to suffer the abuse and the consequences of sin in our behalf so that we could be healed and restored and to have paradise returned back to us and to be healed from the wounds of sin. And because Jesus endured the shame and pain of the cross to restore paradise back to us, He also offers His kingdom and His throne for us so that we can rule with Him forever. Perhaps a piece of paradise was taken from you, from the choices of individuals with evil deeds that have hurt you. Perhaps a piece of paradise was taken from you, from the abuse of people in power that caused you not to have control of your life. But do not despair. Jesus came to restore and heal paradise back to you. So today, are you feeling the pain of paradise lost? Is the heartbreak of your past still engulfing your soul? Know this, Jesus is seeking to restore and heal us and to restore paradise back with us so that we can spend eternity with Him. He's seeking to do that for us today. Will you begin the journey back to paradise today by accepting His healing and forgiving power in your life?